All right, now let's come home and talk about athletics. Yesterday, it's still related. We had something really wonderful talking about a club in Lagos, athletics club, the making of champions. They have been, they started like 5 years ago. Okay, and the first time when they started, they have just like about 8 athletes. But right now, in Lagos, they unveiled 16 new athletes.
Wow.
I mean, 16.
That's big.
13 of them happens to be junior level, junior youth. And of course, you have 3 senior. And one of those athletes happens to have, you know, the reigning champion of the 100 and 200, the reigning champion for 100 meters and a bronze medalist for 200 meters, talking about the youth championship that Nigeria didn't attend last year. But then there was a Zimbabwean who attended. She's a Nigerian, but she represented Zimbabwe. Yes. How do you explain this? She was in Zimbabwe at that time, actually, with her parents. So
yeah, so basically, this person is Kelechi Christian. From the name, you can tell she's definitely Nigerian, but moved to Zimbabwe
when she was
very young, age 10, with a family, and took interest in the sport. And they noticed that you can't blame the authorities in Zambia. They noticed she's very talented and decided to help her, and she ended up running for the country and winning gold at the under-20 championships. That was in Algeria in 2017. So she's obviously very talented, but she's back in Nigeria now, and she's joined MOC, and she's looking forward to representing Nigeria. But then she's going to have to earn it, because it's not going to be easy. There's lots of talent in Nigeria. Even in the MOC right there, there's Joy Udo Gabriel, who's a direct rival to her. So she's going to have to earn it if she's going to represent Nigeria at any point of her career.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way it is. Just take a look at the youth and the junior athletes, all of them, from John Clifford to Favor Ashe, Adeola Oyo, Gracious Ushe, and there's so many. Success Mukoro, Victory Orele, Maria Umobong, and Halima Badmos, all of them coming. For the senior athletes, you mentioned 2 already. And I mean, what is significant about this is the fact that they have a para athlete right there in the midst. For the first time, they're having a para athlete. I mean, this guy, when you're talking about the T46, 100, 200, and so 400 meters, he is the best athlete we have in Nigeria. So for him, joining Making of Champions has been something really remarkable for him. But before we listen to him, let's listen to Gracious. I mean, you got the name Blackie, right? Okay, that's his nickname. And also another girl, Victory, talking about joining a Making of Champions.
I'm happy to be unveiled by MOC. I'm very grateful to them, and it's a great pleasure of mine to be with them. And my hopes for the under-18 very high. I know I'm going to do well. I know I'm going to display what I've been taught during these 3 months or so. And my dreams is to get to the Olympic level, to be known all over the world. Not only known here, my teammates call me Blackie, into my color, and I don't feel ashamed or scared or in any way. It's kind of a way to make people know me more as I look at it as, and I hope to get to that level. My mentor is Kirani James, the color of my life. He took the silver medal at the last World Championships, and I pray I'll be just there like him.
I'm so happy for the unveiling and everything. And I want to make the team in that under-20 championship. And I want to go further in my academics and my career too. In the under-18, I'm competing for 100 and 200. I want to run a personal best of 11.6. And I want to be in that first. We're going for the first. We're not going for second. We're going for first. If you are number 1, nobody can put you out since you are number 1.
Yeah, she's already getting ready for the under-18 and under-20 trials in Ogun State coming up next week, March 14 to 17 by the AFN. So you have these athletes already. About 16 of the athletes, the junior athletes, will be in that competition.
But look at Victor, the elite mentality already. Going for first, no, I'm not second or third, because at the end of the day, just number 1 is the winner. So it's good to see at that very young age, she's been able to, imbibe that kind of mentality, and hopefully she can all her dreams can come to fruition eventually when she starts to compete in all these other events. And this is you mentioned like again, it's a bit of a landmark. You mentioned it before we went to listen to those athletes. Ifeanyi Christian, the para athlete, first time ever that they will be signing up a para athlete. I think that's very, very, very commendable. because every time we talk about sports, the word that comes to you immediately is inclusion. Right, it enables everyone to participate. And so after all these years of being, being around, they decided to sign up a para athletes. And these para athletes, a lot of the times they don't get the help that they need, that is required for them to go to the next level. So shout out to MOC
for doing
signing up Ifeanyi Christian.
I mean, it's also a plus for them also because he holds the enviable position of being Nigerian best athletes in that T46 position, as I mentioned earlier, 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters category. That T46 category happens to be, when you have an athlete who have the below the elbow amputation and all that. So for him, he wasn't born that way. It happened when he was 10 years old. He had an accident, and then that was how it all started. He was a footballer playing football, but somehow, he went to the trials in Port Harcourt and it got in, and that's it. It
is the power of sports.
It is, absolutely.
It could have led his, that particular accident, derail his life, but he didn't let that happen.
Didn't let it happen at all.
So, good one there for Ifeanyi Christian. We need to go on a break first, though. All right, we need to go on this break. When we come back, we get to listen to Ifeanyi Christian and some other athletes that were unveiled by the Making of Champions yesterday. You're welcome back to Channel Sports this morning. Olawale Ishola joins us now to review the FA Champions League matches that were played yesterday night and preview the games that will go down later tonight as well. Olawale, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you on the show.
Good morning, Tara. Good morning, Cecilia.
Morning, it's good to have you.
To the back, my usual place.
I know.
The justice to.
I know you cannot wait.
Yes,
to talk about
I can't wait to
what
fire from all
happened.
cylinders.
Yeah, you got some weight.
At the Bernabeu yesterday, but you're going to have to wait for a second for that one, because we're still talking Nigerian athletics this season, and some of the youngsters that we're expecting to see are going to do great things. Before we went on that break, we're talking about Kelechi Christian as a para athlete, and he's got the opportunity now. He's teamed up with a club in Lagos, and is looking forward to doing great things. And we can't not overemphasize the importance of para athletes in Nigerian sports.
Yeah.
Everything they've done.
They've done well for us. Even if you check about the medal overall, compared to the normal Olympic, the Paralympians have more medals than us, far more medals than us.
Of course.
And I can remember from the days of Olusoji, who was a world record holder in 100 meters, and till now. So I'm wishing Kelechi I'll take the mantle from where the others left and do well in the major competitions. So it will go for the Paralympic sports. Because as Cecilia tell, let's face the fact, they are part of that society. They cannot be rejected.
Nope.
That was why that sport was created for them, so that they have to be involved.
Exactly.
They have to be occupied. So when we have such talents coming through, it's good for us as a nation. It plays off of the mobile. We have been there before. So the conveyor belt that is producing that talent from Nigeria shows that that belt has not snapped. That belt is still alive, and we are still there, churning out great talents to rule the world.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
Look at Ifeanyi Christian and all that. I was pained that he couldn't even make the Commonwealth Games last time because he wasn't selected. But then during the trials, both in Abuja and everywhere and all that, he just dominated everything. But it wasn't even picked. But this time around, having Making of Champions back him up, hopefully he will be able to achieve all his dreams that he wants to achieve. First starting with the All-African Games. The World Championships also is this year. Then you have the 2020 Olympics. Let's hear from him now, how excited he is signing for a team like this.
Getting a sponsor, someone to help you, to back you up in your career, so it's a good thing. And since then, and I believe I'm going to do more better because this is what I've been praying for and hoping for. So my dreams, like this year, we are having All-African Games and we're having World Championship. And by the grace of God, by April, I'll be going for a Grand Prix, like Paralympic Games, several years we do have 10 to 12 Grand Prix in a year. It's yearly, so each country can attend as many as you want. So, and we are preparing for this season. And by next month, we'll be having our trials in Enugu State. So So I'm really prepared. And things to achieve actually, gold medals in World Championship, African Games, and Olympics. So I've been praying hard, I've been working hard towards it, and I'm close to it because I know I'm going to win gold medals because, with my times and, and our rankings, so I've been seeing things, I know that I'm going to get a gold medal.
That's the level of his confidence there. At the National Sports Festival in Abuja, he actually won a gold medal in T46 in the 200 meters for Akwa Ibom State. Well, he's from the East, talking about. He was born in Abia State in Anambra, but he represented Akwa Ibom State. And with this one, if we see him at the World Champs and also at the Olympics and everywhere, I think maybe his state will want him. He can represent us.
Absolutely. Before we leave athletics, one more. His name is Suraj Abib. First time ever they've gone to
from the north. Yes, from the north also joining
inclusion.
Inclusion is everybody coming in.
Every part of Nigeria, we have talent.
Yes.
But it's about ability to spot those talents that is affecting us. Because our network of the scouting system matters in sports.
Absolutely.
Because, okay, I'm in Abuja, I'm in Lagos, Kaduna, I'm in Port Harcourt, Benin. We believe those are the bedrock of talent. But there's various towns in Nigeria, less glamorous cities in Nigeria, whereby you can spot your talent. So I'm happy that someone is coming from the north. Because you hardly see Northerners participate in this kind of competition, even but it is a rare thing. So it's good. So as you mentioned, it's inclusion.
Yeah, maybe, I mean, all the different sports can also, maybe other people can actually borrow a leaf from what the Making of Champions have done. The way they were able to unearth this talent, organize trials in different states. They had in Port Harcourt, they have in Delta, in Iwili, and some other parts of the countries, and other athletes coming over and compete. Then they will now pick the best. Just imagine how they'll be able to pick 16 between that September and, of course, October last year. Now you're having these ones. They're already in them. They'll take care of them, feeding, I mean, everything and all the education-wise and everything. All you have to do, read your books and, of course, practice and win medals for Nigeria. Okay, now, before we leave this, let's just listen to this Nigerian girl we talked about that actually won a medal for Zimbabwe at the under-20 level, talking about Kelechi.
Why I joined MOC was because I found out that they had this type of platform that enabled you to train whilst you got a better education, whilst giving you funding and so many other things that you can't compare to any other club. So when I found out about them, I was really excited to join them. And I was just hopeful that they would give me a chance and they would see the potential that I had, because at that time, I wasn't really up to the standards I would say they would consider me. But because they saw I had potential, it made it possible for them to, take me in, and now getting the aid and the other things I need to perform better. For me, I'm looking to 2019 right now and just making sure that I work hard, do all my best, put in everything when it comes to training, and just breaking my personal best, and just making my family proud, as well as my coach, who has entrusted his own, just entrusted me to perform, saw my potential, gave me everything I needed. So for me, right now, my goal is 2019. If it happens that I make 2020 spectacular, I would be grateful. But right now, 2019 is just my goal, to focus on working hard and getting better and in the best shape I can possibly be. It's all up to Nigeria, really. I just want to get to a place where Nigeria deems me worthy to compete for them, because I know that it's very high standards up here and it's not very easy to just walk in and make the team, which is not going to happen overnight. So for me, it's just making sure that I'm putting in everything, and they know and they can see my progression, and they see that, I'm running that top time, and if they deem me qualified, obviously, I would be very, very happy to run for Nigeria.
All right. I mean, if she's got the opportunity, she will do that. Now, when she was was it 18? Because she will be 20 in March. I mean, she ran for Zimbabwe. That was 2017 on the 20 level. 100 meters, she ran 12.08 seconds. And of course, in the 200 meters, she had a stumble when she started, but somehow she was able to get a bronze medal in that. That's how good she was at that time, 2017. This is 2019, and she's hoping that if she's good enough, then maybe Nigeria can actually pick her. You say we are having some young athletes now?
Olympics? Yes, Cecilia. She's a talent. We should poach her back. We should bring her back. She's our own. Because if at 18 you can run you can run 12.8, 12.08. She will improve. By 22, 23, I believe she should be running sub 10. When I mean sub 10, 10.9, 10.0, 10.98, 10.78, 10.68, so that you can compete at the top level. Because if you allow this kind of a talent to go, how will you get the talent to compete against the top ones? And how do we replace a Blessing or Cadbury? So to me, AFN, Athletic Federation of Nigeria, should go all out for her. Art is still in Nigeria. Let's bring her back home. And let her compete for Nigeria.
She's good thing is she's back home.
She's back home, yes.
All she has to do now is to, show a medal, and make it very difficult for the guys that pick the athletes to represent Nigeria, pick her. That's what she has to do. Because like I said, it's very, very tough out here as well. So let's move on from athletics now. Let's talk football. And it's all about the Cyprus Women's Cup. The Falcons will be in action later today. They're taking on the Thailand national team. That's for the 7th and 8th place match. Of course, we expected the Falcons. A lot of people wanted the Falcons to go on and perhaps do really well in that competition now. But they won just one game and placed 3rd in Group C. But we know it's all about preparing for the World Cup. So the results are not really what matter. But take on Thailand today. What are you expecting in this game? Of course, you need to consider what they've done in the previous games against Austria, Slovakia, and Belgium. They lost 2. Only game they won was against Slovakia.
Okay, going by the result, they lost 4-1 against Austria. And they won 4-3 against Slovakia.
Right.
And they lost against Belgium.
1-0.
So Elena Dawn's first half strike.
Okay.
That was 1-0. Well, by that result, we've considered already 8 goals in that competition. Me, I deal with data. It shows that the coach, Thomas Denabe, should work on our defense. Now, it's a pre-tournament. It's a tune-up tournament for our ladies to get prepared for the major World Cup coming up in France.
Right.
So to me, I'm not perturbed about the result. So what I need the coaching crew to do is to check out our areas of weakness so that they can plug the holes before we get to the competition. There's still room for us to improve. So don't let us be dejected about the result. Don't let us express some pessimism about the result. There's still room for us to improve. But from what I've seen, majorly, it is a difference. Because against the Slovakians, we are leading 3-0.
Right.
They equalized 3-3. Richard Chikwelu even lost a penalty.
2 penalties from them. I mean, 2 penalties from them. Chikwelu's goal was ruled offside. If not, she would have had a hat-trick in that one too.
Yes.
And so it
but he should even lost a penalty.
Spots,
so it shows that even if you can concede 2 penalties, something is wrong somewhere. Cecilia, penalty is part of the game. You have to ensure that your level of concentration is 100% in the game. You have to be focused. You have to do discipline. Your positional play matters. So those are the areas I think the coach should improve upon. And again, the attack. So we have the players that can do well with Chikwelu, Shola, all of them. They're top players. But I think for what I saw at the competition, if the coach can work on our transition, because modern football now, Cecilia, I wouldn't lie to you, it takes a few seconds for you to transit from the defense down to the attack. Because if an opponent attack you, the numbers, if you can win the ball in vital areas, when you transit at a rate higher than your opponent, you can outwit them in their own defense, and you have a higher chance of scoring.
Right.
So I think those are the areas the coach should look to work on. And I wish them the best in Thailand. They must win this game so that they'll come back home with pride.
Absolutely, at least win 2 games.
All right, then.
Against Thailand, we can.
All right, then. We'll see about that.